Howdy OGs, we're back for another peaceful pinning. Today I'm going to be doing a Prairie Point pinwheel. I said yesterday I was going to do something Valentine's themed. I did gather up some Valentine's fabrics. I've got them stacked up in a couple of places near me, but I did it like last minute, so I decided to grab something a little bit quicker for today. We've got a bunch of Prairie Packs down in the shop that are already pre-cut and ready to go, so I thought that's what I'm going to do today. Just a quick little housekeeping note for those of you who might be watching this like later on after the fact. This is not going to be like a full step-by-step tutorial, but I did link a full step-by-step tutorial down in the description. So, and in that tutorial, or through that tutorial, you can grab this printable cheat sheet, which is free. So that's all linked below. Hi, Christy. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Rebecca. Myra. Hi, Myra. From Scotland. Awesome. I've been to Scotland. It was a long time ago, but I went to Scotland. It was beautiful. Hi, Linda. Let's see. We'll put that over there. I think I'm going to start by ironing my pieces. That's going to take a couple of minutes. Hi, Phil. Hi, Paulette. I'm a little earlier today than I have been lately. Make sure I'm in the camera. I kind of got derailed from some of my other plans of things to get done today during the workday, so I decided I'm just gonna scrap the other things that I had to do and we'll get on here a little bit earlier. Hi, Louise. Jerry said, I finally made it. Hi, Phil. Oh, I already said hi to you, Phil. Yes, you see me today. I decided to put my little picture-in-picture in there. I'll do that every so often when I'm feeling brave. Hi, Linda. It's getting cold here again, here in Central Florida, so this seems an appropriate ornament to do. We called this Prairie Pack the Snowy Day, I believe, Snowy Day Prairie Pack. So it's not completely appropriate here. We're not getting any snow here in Central Florida, but it's supposed to actually get to like 31, I think, Friday morning. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Judy. Grandma Pama said, I have to watch the replay. I'm very interested in this. For sure. And also I have a full step-by-step tutorial to this ornament linked down below in the description. Elizabeth said that is super cold for Florida. Yeah, it's not normal, that's for sure. Just when my tomatoes were bouncing back, now they're gonna get frigid again. I don't know if they can make it through another one. Christy said, you are cold. It's 53 degrees here in Wyoming today, a heat wave. Yeah, break out the bathing suit. It was a beautiful day here today, although not sunny all day, but it was a really nice temperature. It was so pretty, but the temperatures are starting to drop. Linda said, did you show a completed one? Not yet, but I actually have one. Hold on one second. I have one right in my hutch, right behind me. had one hanging right on the front of it, but I don't know what happened to it. So here's one. Here's an example of a completed one. We've done a few of these over the last few weeks here on the lives, but again, you can see a full, like a step-by-step, giving you all the instructions and everything at the link right below this video. I feel like I've gotten a little off center. Let me try to center up with the camera. Hi Deanne, hi Shirley, hi Florence. Deborah said, hi all, I made this a couple of days ago from the kit in your shop. I love it. Awesome. Was it this kit or one of the other ones? We have a few available right now, and I also linked those below too, you guys, if you're interested. We call them Prairie Packs, and it's the pre-cut 5-inch squares that you need, 12 of them. Already coordinated to make one of these. Hi Carol. Carol said, hi Stacy Ann, so nice to actually see you. Thanks Carol. Somebody said this to me. Somebody mentioned it the other day about wanting me to do the little picture-in-picture again, so I thought, well, I guess I'll do it today. I was feeling more brave. Phil said it's going to be 29 up here in the Panhandle Thursday night. That's cold. We're not going to be too far above that here in Central Florida. Thank you, Elizabeth. These ornaments are really, really simple. It's taking the time to do this ironing. That's the, I don't want to say hardest part, but really that's the part that takes the longest. Once you get them all ironed and ready, it goes so quick. You guys, I'm going to try to stay in the camera. For some reason, when I'm doing this ironing, I try to bring it towards me. So just keep me on track. Let me know if I'm starting to veer off camera. Jerry said it was a beautiful day here in Southwest Louisiana. I actually went for a walk. Yeah, oh, okay, it was this one, the Snowy Day Prairie Pack. I just made this one already recently to do the pictures for the one that we're selling in the shop. I can't remember if I did it here on the live or not. I don't think I did. I know I've done a few of these in the last month or so. Hi Patty. Suzanne, where have you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Deanne said, I love that little iron, very cute. We were just talking about this iron sometime before Christmas when I was doing one of these. I love it too, but this one has been recalled. I don't know why, but there's a newer version of it now, I believe, on Amazon. All right, we're almost there, you guys. Just a couple more pieces to go. Suzanne said, life has interrupted my pinning time. Rebecca said, my son bought me one for Christmas. Awesome. Oops, going off camera. There I go. Jerry said, do you have any extra January Christmas kits for sale? It's so elegant. I need to check on that, Jerry. I'm not sure. We usually have extras. I just don't know if they've already... Let's see, what is today? I don't think they've gone for sale yet. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I don't think they've actually gone for sale yet, which means watch your email for the next couple of days. I'm trying to remember when we usually list those. We try to wait to make sure everybody's got theirs and that there's no problems and that we don't need them for anything before we put them in the shop. But I want to say that they'll probably be listed there in the next couple of days. Patty said, I read that they were recalled because there's a possibility they can catch on fire. That's pretty terrifying. You guys, if this one catches on fire, you'll be my witness. I don't ever leave it unattended, so I'm just going to have to be extra careful about that. I don't really want to send it back. I know, right? Carol said, I can't believe how many shades of blue there are. We've got 4 different colors in this kit. Equal number of each one. So the one that I did for the example for this kit that we've got in the shop, I think I just alternated all the colors in order, and I'm probably going to do that now. But with these ornaments, you can almost do anything. Like, for example... So here's what I'm going to do today. I'm probably just going to lay it out like in order like that. But you can see in the example on the cheat sheet, like there's 4 colors down here and you can group them all together. You could do 2, 2, 2, 2. I mean, really, you can play with it and put them on in any order you want. You could be random if you want to. All right, I did not mark my disc yet either, so I need to do that. Patty said, I still use mine. Christy said, yes, they were recalled. I have one also. I tried to find another one, but it didn't get very hot at all. As soon as I'm done ironing, I unplug it. Hi, Dana. Where did I put my pen? Oh. You guys, I'm using one of our tape measures. I know a lot of you guys already have these, but we've got 3 different versions of this tape measure, and the one that I'm using is our ball, disc, and heart marking guide. So it's a regular tape measure on the front, but on the back it's measured out for those custom shapes that we have in the shop. So if you're like an avid OG ornament maker, this is a necessity, I think. Oh, I still need it 4 lines. Beth said, hey y'all, my first time here. Welcome, welcome, Beth. Hi, Alice. So right now I'm just trying to find the center. The discs sometimes have a little imprint on at least one side, but I still like to just make sure that that's the center point. It only takes an extra second to do this. Ellie B said, hi, I think you meant I've got this iron. It's really handy and I never leave it unattended either. I've made this pinwheel. I really love the colors. We are going to decorate the center of it with a bunch of sparkly beads too, which is really going to bring it to life. Alrighty, we are prepped up and ready to go, you guys. Rebecca said, Beth, it's a great place to be. Welcome. Jerry said, I have had that same one, bought it about 3 years ago. Last week I accidentally left it plugged in overnight. Angels protected me, I guess. You got lucky, Jerry. Mary Lou said, Beth, you will get hooked. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Jenny. Jenny said, hello, everyone, coming in a little late today. Shirley said, I got a bunch of 5x5" charms of fabric. I plan on doing a bunch of these. These are perfect for charm packs. Absolutely perfect. Let's see, I'm going to lay this out. In the original one, I did this color, and then the white, and then the marbly blue. So I think we'll stick with that. You guys, the same thing happened again today that happened yesterday. YouTube is telling me there's an error, but I still see your comment, so I'm thinking you can still see me and hear me okay. Is that correct? Let me know if you're seeing anything weird or wonky. I don't know what's up with this the last 2 days. It's like giving me a big red error message. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Sandra said, I read your title and thought it said painful pinning. Sometimes it is painful pinning if you pin right through your finger or you make too many ornaments in a row. Yeah, thank goodness it wasn't true. Not today. We're trying to keep it peaceful. I always say though that I should have not named this peaceful pinning. I should have named it like yappin' pin, since I just yapped the whole time. Hi, CJ. So guys, I'm still playing around with the right time to come on live. And so far I'm really only making like afternoon and late afternoon and into the evening, but just out of curiosity, and not that, you know, I can accommodate everyone, but I'm just curious. what time works best for each of you guys to get on here and do a peaceful pinning or to make an ornament with me? Is it like morning time? Would that be better? Do you like the afternoon, late afternoon time, or would you prefer evening? Everybody's kind of doing different things. So I just wonder about this. Kathy said, don't forget to hit the like button. Kathy, thank you so much for that reminder. You guys, I love the likes and very, very much appreciate them. Christy said, I'm retired, so anytime works. I see lots of hearts. Thank you guys. Oh, I'm seeing lots of comments go by. Let me try to catch up. Anything except evenings. Anytime works for me. Anytime works for me. I'm retired. Suzanne said late afternoon is good for me, but will adjust my schedule. Thank you, Suzanne. Kathy said this time is good for me. What's it now? About 5? I think I got on here about 4:30, 4:40-ish. Dara said afternoon is good for me. Rebecca said I can do anytime, whatever works best for you. You know, it's funny, I still haven't found my groove. I just really haven't found the best. I don't know. It's every day is kind of different, so it might just be that way. It might just be that it kind of varies a little bit. But I wish I could get into more of a regular schedule. Carol said, whatever works well for you. Afternoon or evening would work. Dana said, anytime. You guys are very accommodating. Thank you. Myra said, it's 10 p.m. here in Scotland. Suits me great for relaxing in bed. Before I started doing these streams, I was kind of looking on YouTube a little bit, looking for crafty streams, which I was surprised I really couldn't find a ton of them, at least ones that were regular. But I was laying in bed scrolling trying to get ideas and just see what other people were doing because I hadn't done it before, so I was curious. Anytime retired as well. I retired, so most times work for me. Shirley said, I'm not retired, so same for me, anytime, but it would be nice to know what time to look for it. That's kind of why I'm trying to possibly get on a better schedule, because I do feel like it would at least make it easier. You don't have to just hope that you happen to see it. Hey, Robin. Alice said, hang on, let me cover up some of my mess here. I got a little off. I was so busy reading comments, I kind of didn't do a very good job right there, but we're going to be putting a lot of beads in the middle, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Alice said, I'm retired too, but late afternoon is good for me. Although today I was waiting for you to come on and promptly fell asleep, still recuperating. Oh, yes. How are you feeling, Alice? Kathy said, I'm in Arizona, so this is before dinner. Great time for me. Yeah, that's the other thing with all the different time zones. It's definitely hard to, there's just no way to accommodate everyone for sure. I keep saying I'm going to attempt a morning or at least an earlier afternoon, like maybe 12-ish or something, but I haven't been able to make that happen. The work day's just been a little too busy most days. Catherine said, late again, but I was catching up on yesterday. Yesterday we finished the red, black, and white tiered heart, which I was so tickled with that I hung it. I don't know if you guys can even see. No, I don't think you can see it behind me, but it's hanging up on my hutch behind me. Louise said no preference, maybe not much later. I like the idea of nighttime too, but I feel like if I did it later on, like in the evening, it would have to be a lot later, because I do tend to take my puppies outside for a good bit of time, about 5:36-ish, and I try to let them run around for a while. But it's, yeah, like with some of the different times that I've been jumping on here, that's kind of gotten a little bit messed up. So yeah, just still trying to find that groove. Alice said coming along, very slow progress. I'm sorry to hear that, Alice, that the progress is slow, but any progress is good. I'm glad you're at least doing okay and you're here. Hopefully you'll be pinning along soon. Hi, Patty. Jenny said, you almost have to do what works best for you, and as long as we hit the thumbs up, people will find you. You know, Jenny, you guys are always saying, like, give Stacy a thumbs up, which I totally appreciate. And it seems like I'm getting about the same amount of watchers just in this last month or so that I've been doing this. However, there's a lot of people watching it after the fact, which has been really awesome. And our subscribers have grown by a few thousand since I started doing the live streams. So that's been amazing. The likes, the thumbs up, the hearts have all been super, super helpful. It's just one of those like slow but steady things, I think. Deborah said, I'm glad to watch you pinning this again. I followed the tutorial when I made mine the other day, and the hardest part for me was folding the ends of the fabric over in the middle. That kind of is the most awkward part. Once you get used to it, it's a lot quicker, but also just kind of like not worrying about being perfect in the center, because I think part of it is trying so hard to like aim that fold in the exact right spot. But you probably noticed that I'm sort of just doing this kind of quickly, and I'm not really worrying about being exact on that fold, because I almost always put something either big in the middle, or I put like beads or whatever. So you can cover up so much in the middle. It does not have to be perfect. Ah, Gretchen, I'm so sorry to hear that. Gretchen said, went to the orthopedic doctor today. My right hand is immobilized for 3 weeks. No pain for me yet this year. Well, make sure you rest it. Three weeks will hopefully go by quick, and you'll be back to pinning, as long as you don't cheat and try to pin before the 3 weeks is over. Shirley said, that's what's really nice. If we can't catch you live, we can still watch it anytime that works. Yep, 100%. Deborah said, that was me trying to make it perfectly centered. Whoa, almost knocked over my whole bowl of pins. I was doing the same thing at first, and then I just kind of got to where, I don't know, sometimes it seems like the more you try to get it perfect, the worse it is. So now I'm just kind of like not as worried about it, because you can cover a multitude of sins there in the center. And each piece kind of covers the piece before also, so it really just ends up not being as bad as you think it might be when you're not being perfect. Alice said, I've been able to do some pinning. It takes a bit longer, but still enjoying it. I'm glad to hear that. Hi, Helena. No point on that pin. Tinker Pool said, I just got my first 2 patterns. I'm so excited to get started. I'm so excited for you. What patterns did you get? All right, that was all 12. There's that spot that I was talking about a couple minutes ago. That spot's a little wonky. Okay, I think we'll do some beads. I've got the AB, and then Tammy and Olivia also gave me our silver color, which I didn't do on the original, but I'm going to do that on here because I think it would be kind of pretty. Trinity Knot and the Windmill. Those are good choices. I would say start with Trinity Knot because that one's a little bit more simple. Helena said, nice to see your picture. Thank you. Suzanne said, yes, watched every pinning at night since you've been back. Awesome. I was wondering where you were, Suzanne, since I hadn't seen you. Jenny said one of my friends went to the Ollie's in Omaha and said it was all ugly fabric. No! That is a disappointment. CJ said, I messed up this month's ornament. Have to get some fabric and start again. CJ, which one? The Christmas Club? January Christmas Club? Patty said, waiting for the day to be as fast as you. I feel like I have a hair stuck to my ring and it's, I'm sorry guys. I hope that wasn't there like for a long time. Louise said, I did find out there were Ollie's in my vicinity, but do not sell fabric. Well, apparently even if they did, it was the ugly fabric. Let me mix in some of the silver. I actually don't even know if the silver is going to show up looking too much different than the clear. I guess we'll see. CJ said yes. Unfortunately, it started out so quickly, or so good, but quickly went downhill. CJ, will you send an email in? I will send you replacement fabric or whatever it is that you messed up. Probably a foam and the fabric. If you send in an email and just tell them that I told you on the live that I would send that replacement, we will get that out. Ellie B said, I'm a night owl, so I am happy watching. It's just gone 10 p.m. in Surrey, UK. I will be up at 4 a.m., but I love pinning. It's my me time. Yeah, it's hard to go to sleep when you're doing something that's like a peaceful, fun thing that's just for you, especially when it's really quiet. Sometimes that's the only quiet time. I used to be a night owl, I will say, up until about, I don't know, a year or two ago, I was a total night owl, but lately, I love to go to bed as early as possible. Getting old, I guess. Carol said, beautiful placement of the blues. They all work so well together. Thank you very much. I think it was either Olivia or Tammy that put together this Prairie Pack. out of lots of blue fabric that we had down in the shop, and it is very beautiful. I think I'm getting there with this one. Now look how you can hardly see any mistakes in the center. That looks good. You guys probably can't, I don't know if you can see just how sparkly this is. Hopefully you can. I'm happy with that. Let me do the other side. This side's more messed up than the other side, so we'll see how much I can hide over here. Helena said, 2 years ago, I made them for all the mothers in our church. They all just loved them. I love that. That's awesome. CJ said, I would like to pay something. I have the phone, but I could use new fabric and the gold stuff. CJ, if you just send an email, we will get that handled. I'll tell them to look for the email from you as well. I like for people to be happy with their kit and their ornament that they make. Gretchen said, I love that. Suzanne said, very pretty fabric. Love the color blue. Oh, I missed a couple. Jerry said, bye for now, or bye for I need to get busy. I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope to see you tomorrow too, Jerry. Jenny said, sometimes I turn on your channel and it plays all night. It helps me sleep. Thank you, Jenny. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. I was telling you guys how we're going to have those new videos too on weekends where it's truly peaceful pinning. Just making an ornament start to finish. It won't be live. Since I'm doing the live streams Monday through Friday, we were thinking Saturday and Sunday, or at least one of those days, we could do a peaceful pinning where we make the ornament start to finish, but it's pre-recorded and it'll be set to just some nice peaceful music. And not me yapping. So hopefully you guys will find that peaceful as well. I feel like I jumped around a little bit. Deanna said, looks like a snowflake. Phil said, pretty, love the bling. I feel like I've been using these AB crystal beads a lot lately. They're just so pretty. I've been on a thing with them. I think I just heard the start of a howl, you guys. Might have been a false alarm. Nope. It's the daily howl. There it goes. The countdown, we've got 40 seconds left. Thank you, CJ. Sorry, guys. This is their version of peaceful. And there it goes. It just ends just like that. Jenny said that ornament is going to be beautiful. Patty said, I love this ornament. These icy blues are a favorite of mine. I keep making my hangers too long lately, you guys. Kathy said, I also think the ornament is very pretty. Thanks, you guys. It's funny, the fabrics on their own sitting there as squares don't really look that exciting, but then you get it all put together in an ornament and it's like, it's a whole different thing. I like to really, when I'm putting the hanger on, I like to really fold back and get near like the base of one of those triangles that I put on. It will hide the pin, but it also makes it, and it's hard for me to show you because it's facing this direction, but it makes it hang really nice. Like one of the points will be hanging straight up towards the hanger. So when it's hanging there, all the points are still like, none of them are getting like, you know, wonky or bent or whatever. So just something I like to try to do. So rather than like say pinning up here in the middle, I try to pin down at the bottom near the raw edges. That one went quick, right? At least once the ironing was done. Deanna said, "Oh, so cute." Oh, sorry. My dog is barking at them. Phil said, "Love our daily greeting." Oh, Patty, you couldn't hear it? Shirley said, "Beautiful." Suzanne said, "I've gotten used to the dogs putting their 2 cents in." They just can't get through one without adding in their little serenade. Patty said, "Very beautiful blues together." Alice said, "I would like to make something like that for my daughter. She's requested gold and white for Christmas next year. I love the different textures in the fabric." Alice, this is a really good one to do different textures as well, because you're not doing like the small fold like we do on a lot of the other patterns. This is like the bigger pieces and the bigger fold. You can get away with doing more texture with these. Carol said that was definitely a peaceful pinning. Deborah said, "So beautiful." Thank you so much. Myra said, "Beautiful." Thanks, you guys. That one went so quick. I had planned to do Valentine's today. I was saying at the beginning that didn't end up happening because I just started gathering some of my Valentine's stuff together just in the last, I don't know, a little while before I started. But I do have a couple of things here. I'll just give you a sneak peek of some of the, the truth is I don't have a ton of Valentine's fabric, but I did find some in my stash, and I found some in the shop that we're actually going to do a bundle out of. I have these, and man, these are old. These are all from Joann's from, I don't even know how long ago, but I was thinking I'll use some of these the rest of the week. And then we also have these in the shop, which are adorable. We're going to be doing a fabric bundle out of these very soon. So we'll do something out of these this week too. Not sure what yet. And then Tammy gave me these basics to kind of go with some of this. So we'll be playing with that the rest of this week, I think. Oh, and then this other one, which is still on the bolt. I haven't cut it yet, but this has been kicking around for a long time. It's really old, and this is all we have left. It's just like a yard or two. And you might not be able to tell, but it has a little bit of glitter in it. It's an old RJR. So just some stuff that I'm going to play around with the rest of this week and see what we can come up with. Probably a basic star in there somewhere, but yeah, I'm going to give it some thought. If you guys have any ideas, please feel free to drop them in the comments, and we will have some fun the rest of the week doing Valentine's. I've been really in a Valentine's mood, so definitely want to get to those. CJ said, "Emails sent, and I'm going to pay the fabric bundle price. No arguing, customer is always right." CJ. No, CJ. We send replacements whenever something goes wrong, so it's really no problem. I absolutely promise. I just want you to be happy with your ornament, because if you make an ornament and it doesn't end up going the way you want, well, I don't want you to be unhappy. So Beth said, "Love the white with the red hearts." Yes, isn't that cute? They look like doodles, don't they? Kathy said, "I received another box from the Ornament Girl today. My husband said you will never come out of your sewing room." Nancy said, "I made one of these ornaments, but I made the squares a bit smaller, was more compact. It came out nice. That one is very pretty. Love it." Nancy, I haven't tried that. You did it on the same disc? That's kind of cool. That makes me want to try that. Have a little bit of a smaller pinwheel. I can't say your username. So pretty. I just saw you by chance. We'll go back to watch the beginning. Thanks. Well, thank you for being here. Judy said I have some of that fabric. I bet you for those of you guys who have shopped at Joann's in the last however long, you may have seen these before. Myra said, would love to get your measuring tape. Can't get here in the UK. I learned from you and have made some stunning ornaments. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Yes. Patty said, RJR. Yes, please. Kathy said, I love that red fabric. So nice and bright. It's so pretty. I feel like you can go in some different directions with that. You could brighten it up, or you could put it with like black and kind of go like dark and moody. I think either direction would be really awesome. Robin said Trinity knot would be lovely. I agree. That's a really good idea, especially because some of these have bigger prints like this one. I mean, a snow globe would be good with this too, but some of these like wacky prints, ooh, or like this one, doing the scribble along the line with the love script, I think that would be really nice. Good idea. Robin, we might have to do a Trinity knot. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to have to try that. Beth, you have an awesome night too. Thank you, Louise. Jenny said, I'm getting ready to make a Valentine's quilt. I'll need to make an ornament with my scraps. Yeah, absolutely. You got to make a matching one. Ooh, Valentine Angel, Phil said. That's a good idea too. Debbie, good afternoon. Very late, but made it. Yes, we're about to sign off here in a second, but I'm glad you got on here just for this last couple of seconds. Robin said you could do both, one on one day and the other the next. Yeah, Robin, I mean, we have, what is today, the 13th? We have a month until Valentine's Day, so we got lots of time to do a lot of Valentine's ornaments between now and then. CJ, you are very, very welcome. Florence said, really appreciate this time in the day, especially happy when I can catch you live. Thank you, Florence. Linda said, thank you. Thank you, Linda. CJ said, by the way, I'm so happy with the OG Club. Thank you for saying that, CJ. Robin said, I like all these ideas. Jenny said, I hope everyone has a nice evening, and I second that, you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'll see you tomorrow. As always, I don't know exactly when, but we're going to do something Valentine's tomorrow, you guys. I hope you all have an awesome rest of your night, and maybe make an ornament. All right, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and happy ornamenting.